Hello and welcome to the ERP Happy channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can manage contact within the Odoo ERP software. So first of all, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see how the contact application looks like in Odoo. And here in front of you, you have a demo account of the Odoo software, and the different applications that are activated are the followings. So you have contacts and you have CRM. We will focus on the CRM in another video, but when you upload your contact, you automatically have the calendar applications that also get activated within Odoo. So first of all, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to double click on the contact application. And in the contact application, I have different types of information. So 36 different contacts. I can display it differently. So here they are displayed a little bit as thumbnail, where you can see the picture of the person or of the organization. By the way, all the information that you see is completely randomized. So these are not real names. The pictures do not correspond to the real name. The pictures are not necessarily even real. So this is not. I'm not sharing personal information here in this video. So as I said, what I know here is that I have 36 contacts in my system. I can see it as a thumbnail, or I can also put it as a list. And then what I do with my list is that I would see the name, phone, email address. And here, if you have a sales team, you can assign a specific salesperson with regards to the contact. Here, you can also see what are the activities that are being planned. I'm gonna go deeper into what are the activities later in the video, and the address information such as city or country. But here there are different things that I could do. So I could decide to also share what would be the mobile phone, the state, not only the city and the country, the tax ID, or I believe something that is important, or the tags. We will go on the tags later. So I'm gonna just add the tags, and here you can see that I see the colon tags. I believe that this is key when you want to organize your contacts. Another way to do is, maybe if you are more in sales, you have sales rep that have to travel, or you do field service management, and you have to go to your client or partners locations. One view that is good to have is the view in maps. So obviously, the addresses that are here are addresses that are located in North America, and mostly the United States, even though I am myself from Canada. But what you're seeing is that I have double clicked on the map type of icon, and here it is loading for all the contacts. Where are the different locations of those contacts? So most of them find themselves in California, some of them being in the northeast of the United States. I will maybe not go too much further into that, but I believe that it is important to see it when you have field service management, or when you have sales rep that you send all over to meet those contacts. Then activity. So activity, or the type of activities that are here. Is it an email? Is it a call? Is it an actual meeting, a to do, or a document to upload? So what is the type of activity that needs to be done, and then with which contact, and from there you see a bit of when has the activity happened. So that is something that is interesting if you want to have a view of okay, what have I done with all my contacts lately? I believe that it is something that is very good to see. So now I'm gonna check my contact, and I will start with a contact that is a person, because what you see here is that a contact can either be an individual like you and me, or a company. And you can create both, because you can have the individual contact linked to a company. So when I create the individual, I can link it to to the company, not the other way around, by the way. So you can have one individual that is assigned to one company, and one company can have multiple individuals. But the way the relationship is made is from the individual contact. So for that individual contact, we can have his job position, we can have all these address information, tax ID if it is really required, and again other information such as the website titles, and I believe something that is very important are the tags. So let's say Brandon Freeman is okay, working for Azure Interior, which is kind of a, let's say, a design a company, and he's a creative director. So I'm gonna maybe say, okay, you know what? This is an individual that is a lot in the design industry. So I would say I will create a tag that is called design industry. So you can see that I'm writing it, and it's actually creating it as I am writing it. So I really love this feature, because in my opinion, that makes Odoo a very, very user friendly, easy to use system. Because with a lot of ERPs, what you have to do is that you first have maybe to change configuration, or use a list within a set within a certain table, and then you can use it within your actual transaction. But here I am managing a contact, and I can directly say, okay, I want to have this tag assigned to that person, Brandon Freeman. I can also assign multiple tags to that person, not only one necessarily. So I can say that Brandon is someone that I created in 2024. So let's say 2024 Q1, okay, my first quarter of 2024. This is a contact that was created during that period. So I think that this is very important. What I'm gonna do now is to kind of show something that is important related to Odoo, is its flexibility. What I say by flexibility is the ability to add or remove fields from a certain screen in any transaction. So I'm going to do one example right now. And what I am doing here is that I'm going in applications, and then I will go activate what is called Odoo Studio, the Studio application. Just scroll down a little bit so that it is well in evidence. So here I activate Odoo Studio. And now I do not see an application that is called Odoo Studio, but the functionality is activated. So if I go back on my contact, and you see Brandon Freeman, now he has two tags, design industry and the first quarter of 2024. And maybe there is something that I would like to mention about Brandon, which is okay, the type of design tool that he masters. So for that, I'm gonna click here on what looks like, a tool. This puts me into Odoo Studio. We're gonna have specific videos about Odoo Studio, but this puts me in Odoo Studio. And here, what I'm gonna do is that I want to say about this person, Brandon Freeman, is that he has some skills, and I would like those skills to appear at the header of his contact data. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna enter a field that will be a text field. And the label of that field will be skills. Well, I would say skill set. And here, because it is a text field, I will be able to say, okay, this will be, I will be able to enter a little bit of what I want. Another alternative would be that I could enter a field that comes from a drop down list. But for that, we will go deeper in a specific Odoo Studio video. So now the skill set of Brandon is with the, let's say, InDesign software. I hope it still exists. I'm not an expert in design, but I know that InDesign was existing before. So I'm entering this, and then here there are different things that I can say about my contact. So I could link other contacts and addresses to him. I could say, okay, when I'm using this contact for either my sales process or my purchasing process, who can I assign? So can I assign a salesperson to it? So right now, what you see when we enter a salesperson are the different users on my company being using Odoo. What are the different users that I can link to this contact? So it could be, okay, Mitchell administrator or Mark demo. So I would say, okay, it's Mitchell administrator, which is me here. I could put any type of reference. And if I had at this stage activated the purchasing the purchasing application, then I would have been able to put some purchasing department people onto it as well. Then we can enter any type of internal note. And what else do I want to show as well is the ability, if in case it is needed, the ability to send to that person an email without having to get out of Odoo. So log out of Odoo and go into your Gmail or your Outlook. You don't necessarily need to do that. You can do that directly from the software. On the other hand, you can do it also from Gmail or from your email provider. So send message here, then I send a message to Brandon. So I'm saying, Brandon, hello, it was nice to meet you. Last month, can we do it again? In April 2024. And then you send. This is a fake email address, of course, because it's example.com. So, but it's to really show you the functionality. So now I have here a kind of log of different activities that have been done, and I can see that today I did send a message to Brandon. So all the activities are here. Then there are activities that are planned for the future. One that is a meeting that has to be rescheduled. What else do I want to do? So one thing also that you see, and I don't want you to get maybe a bad habit with regards to saving information with Odoo, is the fact that here that's how you manually save your information. So here you can manually save information, but also when I was making changes, and I will make other changes so that the symbols will come back. So now I add that he's also a great professional. Now here I can discard the changes, and then it go back to the previous situation. So with the Brandon Freeman, which is a contact, I have been able to add a new field. I've been able to add tags on him. I can send him an email. I can see what are the activities that are planned or planned in the future. Log a note, which is the same as entering an internal note here. And then here, because the calendar app is activated, I can see if I have meetings that are planned with the person. As well, because the CRM application is activated, I can see if I have opportunities logged with that contact. So one thing that I'm going to do right now is to show if I wanted to book a meeting with the person. I would say I enter now. I am in the calendar. I'm kind of in the calendar app. You can connect your calendar either with your Google, if you use Gmail, or with your Outlook, if you use that email provider. And there, here, I can book a new meeting. That new meeting could be me or could be another employee. So I would say the date of my meeting would be somewhere in April. So it will start. Sorry, it will start 15 April at 1:30 p.m. It will end 15 April at 2:30 p.m. So it will be a 1 hour meeting. You can say that it's a meeting that lasts the whole day. You can also put a recurrence. Maybe it's a meeting that you want to do on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, with a specific client or with a specific partner. And in terms of location, you can decide whether or not you want to put a URL, whether it's a Google Meet URL or a Zoom URL, or you can also use the application of the Odoo meeting for that. And the meeting itself could have a tag. That's useful mostly if you're using a series of meeting or do a certain type of meetings. That's where it is. That's where it is useful. Otherwise, if you already have tags for your contact, that can be a bit of an overkill. Privacy. So basically, that's how you want to appear on your calendar. During the meeting time, do I want to show up as available, or I want to show that I am busy? And then is the meeting only for only internal user can see, or is it the whole public that can see, or private, and then you select who can see it. And here the meeting description. So this meeting will be our second conversation after having met at the marketing event, at the design event earlier this year. You can decide to send a reminder maybe an hour before or one day before. But one day before, it's on a Monday, 15 April, so maybe it's not the smartest, but let's say you want to put a reminder an hour before, just in case he was not available anymore. And you can say, I want to send the email, or I want to send an SMS, or both to the different attendees. These are all things that you can do directly from Odoo. And here I'm going to save. So I'm gonna name the meeting, sorry, and then I will save. So the meeting will be second meeting. And now, if I go back on my contact master data, I can see that I have one meeting that is planned with Brandon Freeman from Azure Interior. So now if I go back on the contact, there is one thing that I want you to see. So I'm going to go into the company contact, the company type contact, Azure Interior. And with Azure Interior, what you can see is that there are 3 meetings and 2 opportunities, meaning that those meetings are with contacts that are not Brandon Freeman, that are someone else. The other thing that you can see is that, and that does not necessarily make sense for a company contact, is the skill set field. So if you decide, whenever you decide to remove or to add a field via Odoo Studio, it impacts all your contact. You cannot cherry pick. Okay, with this contact, I will only want to see this field display. I want this field added. You do it for all your contact, both individuals and companies. It's not necessarily disturbing because the fact that this is on a company, but it's good to know at least. And here is the same. I could try to link contact and addresses. I could say that I have a salesperson that is responsible for whoever we get in touch with on that company. I could add some sort of company ID. Um, what else? And then here the only message, the only activities that is put is the creation of the contact. But here, if I wanted to see, for example, the three the three meetings, I can see them in a calendar view, but I could also see them because the calendar view is limited to this week. I cannot really see where are my meetings if I have none this week. I can also put them as a list. And then when I see them as a list, it's actually meetings that happened, that were supposed to happen in the past, and one meeting that is in the future. So that's all we see with regards to a company contact in Odoo. One thing that is nice as well is the logo. So you could put the logo of the company, or you could put the picture of the person. I already spoke about the tags, I believe. And yeah, that's it. I think that's really the main things that I wanted to share with regards to contact management. So let me know if you have any questions, or there are more things that you would like to see about contact, or do you have like really specific issues that you are encountering with your current ERP or with Odoo. Do not hesitate to share it. Get in touch with us. There is a meeting link as well in the description of the video. So do not hesitate to get in touch with us. So this was Diogen Tirandekura from ERP Happy, and I say you bye bye. Thank you very much.